It's always a fun exercise. Let's do this one here. The bottom of, I'm still on this 1.0. 10 different ways you can learn about sharks. 10 different ways you could learn about sharks. Give them to me. Just one at a time, but how could you learn about sharks? Swim among sharks. Okay, that's good. Experiential learning. Do you want to go do some swimming and come back and tell us about the sharks? Yeah, okay. Hopefully you come back in one piece. You really learn about them. Yeah, right. Okay, watching a video. All right, a little safer approach to that. Watching a video. All right, how else can you learn about sharks?
Interviews with the people who work.
Interview the people who work with sharks. Excellent. I say interview the shark. Hello. Do you speak shark? Okay. Interview the people. Excellent. How else could you learn about sharks? Eat them. Excellent. This is getting truly experiential now. We're eating. We're swimming with them. We're eating them. Okay. How else are you learning about sharks? Okay. Good. You keep them on the other side of the glass. That's good. Observation, right? How else can you learn about sharks? Wikipedia. Wikipedia is the answer to everything, isn't it? Right? Someone's going to say, just Google it, right? And what are you going to find on Wikipedia?
Scientific information.
Scientific, right. So sort of science, the genus, the species, and how big they grow, and where they are, and all that sort of. So detailed information that sort of comes from some sort of authoritative source, kind of. We won't go there. Okay. How else can you learn about sharks? Sorry? Draw one. Okay. Tempted to draw one, but my art skills are also very low. Yes?
Researchers who work with sharks.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Read a story. The shark is the main character.
Read a story. The shark is the main character. Is it a nice shark? Maybe. Maybe not. Scary shark. Someone's going to say, watch a movie, right? Do you remember Jaws? Are you? Nemo. There we go. What? Breathe them. Oh, wow. Are you a scientist? Okay. I wouldn't have even thought of that. So, all right, how else can you learn about sharks? Sorry, here?
Find out from somebody who already knows about sharks.
Find out from somebody who knows, okay? By talking to them, right? Sort of variation of this interview theme. How else? Go to the museum. Yep. Okay. Shark club or something. Okay. What else?
Work in the sharks farm.
Work at a shark farm. Are there shark farms? That sounds terrible. Oh my.
There's a breeder, so there must be a farm.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
There's dying shark and one particular beach, go there and
Touch them. So that's the safer way to really engage them. Okay. If they're dying, yeah, right. All right, go pat them on the head. Yeah, have a nice death. Okay. Don't eat me. All right. So, see, there's a variety of methods there, right? There's a whole variety of ways that you can learn, and the different suggestions people are making are actually experiential. They're whole person oriented. Yes, you can look up an article, you can talk to somebody. Interview is actually a very undersubscribed form of learning. It's really very, very powerful if it is done well. So there's a lot to be learned by talking to a shark expert, or an expert on math, or an expert on discipleship, or an expert on whatever the topic might be, right? So that's something that we don't do enough of. And the experiential, yes, you definitely learn by swimming with the shark, or working in the shark farm, or whatever. And there's something extremely powerful about that hands-on experience that at a different level if you actually do encounter, let's just, like the rays that float around in the tanks that you can touch, they're not going to eat you. They're pretty safe, right? They let children like pet them. But you know something different when you know it actually by hands and feel and sight and having, you know, that, than you do simply reading the article, right? So if you read the article, you'll get certain kinds of information, which is important. If you're looking for, you know, species and genus and how big they grow and what they eat. So there's a certain kind of information there, but there's a different kind of information that comes actually at the end of your hands, right? Or with your eyes as you actually see the thing swimming around the tank and you watch it behave, right? So again, the more, so the question is, what do you want to learn about sharks, right? Why do you want to learn this about sharks? And what's the right way to learn about sharks, right? So this is foreshadowing some other themes of where we go, which is clarity about what your goal is really, really important. What do you want to learn about sharks and why? So if you want to actually know whether they taste good, right, you're not going to get very far with Wikipedia, right? That's not going to, they might say, oh, and they taste good, or they don't taste good, or they taste good with this kind of sauce. Right? Wikipedia might have that, but that's not going to help you actually experience the thing, right? So if you want to actually know if they taste good, you have to taste. If you want to know what the skin feels like, then you have to feel them. If you want to know what genus they are, you go to the objective scientific knowledge about genus and species. So why do you want to know? What's motivating you around that determines the path of knowing, right? Thinking a lot more about goals. We'll talk more as we go about clarifying those goals.